Today's video, I'll be building a backend API for a multi-tenant, a multi-school database management system. So, the idea here is use Claude Code to build everything live in front of you guys. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm willing to I'm willing to build a backend in this video fully. It might take 4 hours, and so be it. So multi tenants, multi-system, multi-school database management system, right? So I need to build the API. I need to get it sorted within. I don't know how soon I need to. I just need to build it, right? So I'm gonna switch to my screen now, and you're gonna see. Alright, here's my main screen. I'm on Claude Code right now. No, sorry, this is the Claude AI. All right, so I've done a little bit of prompting already. Um, you guys don't need to see all of this, but I'm just gonna show you basically. Basically, all I was doing was asking what would be the solid option for this app. And I'm building this with Django. I forgot to mention that, but it's going to be in Django, not Express, not Next.js. So I also asked it questions about using Express.js. I asked it questions about security and all of that. But it gave me a lot of these things that it doesn't give me multi-tenancy, it doesn't give me like RBAC, it doesn't give me input validation, structure modules, ORM, around all of these things that the AI model is going to, hallucinate about and can easily, make mistakes on. And I don't know much about this, so I just want to do it something like that I am very familiar with, which is Django. I give you the option of choosing. Okay, yeah. So right here, I say, okay, think about big scale multinational operation here, Django versus Next.js. I don't want to hear comparison. Just thinking like a project manager managing this at scale. I want you to be opinionated in this case and not try to validate me. I do like Django. I would love for it to be used, but I'm aware that it comes with a lot, like you said. And when I say that, I mean like it comes with a lot of this thing, a lot of uh, you know, packages that you probably don't need for a backend. So that's what. But I like it structured and opinionated. Makes errors easy and people can learn from docs. Next.js may be better, but I do not know anything about it. And basically, it just basically said use Django. Simple as that. And so, all right, give me a full words of both. And this is me just trying to poke holes into my own argument that why would I want to use Django versus Next.js, and am I being biased to use Django because I know Django? So a lot of this in that channel, and it gave me a full list of words right here: synchronous by default, global interpreter lock, all of these things, and I'm just like, all right, not thread memory, and this is like valid, like things that I have read about, but I don't truly know about, like in detail. So yeah, I read all of this, and also Next.js, steeper learning curve, TypeScript overhead, over engineering risk. Yeah, like this over engineering risk, I really don't like it because Django is really documented and it's really, really like, it has a lot of solved issues already online, and the model is trained on all of this. And so I do not want to over engineer anything that doesn't need to be engineered. And the thing about using Nest.js is that I would probably not be able to spot the over engineering easily. Even though I would be able to like, okay, why is this here? But I am able to do that, but again, prompting. Why am I using stuff like that? I read all of this, and yeah, it gave me like a list of worries for both, and basically saying, and after that, I basically said after the discussion on what the project is and what I'm trying to do, generate a prompt that will accurately and precisely describe the project, what it is for, and the tool we're using, which is Django, right? So what I'm asking for it is basically generate a prompt for me that I can use to build this with Claude Code. And yeah, it did that. It's generated a prompt, all this. Like I went through it, so I don't know if I should go through it with you guys, but uh basically it's just listing, architecture roles, and first this from day one, project overview, right? Data models, core structure, security requirements, performance and scale, like, all of these things that I do need to state in the prompt while building it with an AI model, right? All of these things which are very valid. And I'm like, okay, I went through it, everything seemed valid. And I was like, and I went through it, I'm like, there was something that was missing, which was in the data models right here. It made it's created a tenant model, which is public schema, right? And it said subscription tier. And I'm like, and I went through all the data models and everything. It didn't mention anything about a subscription tier, right? And then after going through everything, I basically prompted it again that as you so rightly added the subscription tier, the prompt does not have any subscription tier model. Do not edit the prompt. I'm just asking if this will be inferred by the model. And will it build the sufficient access features that a subscription tier has? 3 or 4 tier is enough. How would you do it? And of course, payment has to be processed and grant access to the tier features. And all of this. And so this is where I stopped. I said, you know, I basically asked it that, you created a subscription tier, but you didn't create a subscription tier model, basically, which is like database schema for in Django, ORM, different things and stuff like that. And it replied to me all of this, which is valid, school onboarding, school verification. So this verification thing has me thinking either manual review by your platform admin or automated document check. And I feel like this should be a manual process. Okay. So this is where I stopped, right? So I would, it asked me, do you want me to generate the separate and then non-prompt block that you paste alongside the person? I'm gonna like, yes, I want you to create a separate. I don't know how to spell anymore. Then separate prompt basically, right? Okay, and for okay to cover billing, onboarding, and feature gating. Okay, so I wanted to do all these things, and what else do I wanted to do? I'm thinking, as a database management system for schools. What else do you want it to have that you can add on top? And the thing about Django is like it is really. I've used it and I'm like, this thing is really. It can get messy really fast with Django. I'm just thinking, and the thing is, but I actually want to do it with Django because I know everything about it. I've used it for a long time. I'm familiar with it. And while I'm thinking about that, let me just go to um my and install. Let me see downloads. I'm gonna install Claude Code on my system, and I can use it, and I can use it with VS Code or whatever. But I don't feel like using. I don't know. I just wanted to test it out, see if I like it, see if I like the interface. I know, which is another thing about I have to get familiar with it. So maybe I should just leave this. Can I cancel this? No, I can't. Let me see. I can't cancel. I made a mistake. Now I'm stuck with it. Or probably not. Or I can task manager and let me kill this. All right. So Claude setup. Can I end the task, please? And end task. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. We are good to go. I'm gonna install it later. I don't want to do it now. So okay, this is my OBS. So I'm gonna use VS Code for this. I do not want to waste time with unnecessary learning learning course that I don't. Where's VS Code? All right. There we go. We are so VS Code and get started with Cloud Code, right? Okay, no problem. I think I already have it in my extensions. Let me see. Where the fuck are my extensions? Sorry for cursing, Mike. Sorry for cursing. I don't apologize. This is my raw unfiltered. I'm trying to make it unfiltered as much as possible. Okay. Do I need to? Okay, now we're in VS Code, and this is the Cloud. This is the extension for Cloud Code. I'm going to open a folder. Let me see if I can. I'm going to create a new folder first of all. Let's go to my files, documents. I'm going to put it in projects, right? Okay. I'll create a folder called what would I call this? A new. folder. Yeah, I'm gonna call it um um what would I call a multi-tenant God, this is hard, man. Lollies DBMS. Lollies DBMS. I don't know what that means, but whatever. All right, so this is the folder, right? It's under all of this. So I'm gonna open folder, um, documents, right? Project, project, select folder. Okay. Tip, try the plan agents to. How can I log in? Okay, so I want to log into. Is it currently using my chat sessions? Let me see. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is Claude Code, right? Anthropic console. How do you want to log in? Claude AI subscription. Uh, I'm gonna copy this and then I will. What would I do? I'm gonna paste this in my. Yep, that should log me in. I think. Yep, authorize. Okay, now I can close this window. And it said I should build something great. All right. Wait, what's the difference between for implemented change? Ah, fuck off, man. I want to use Cloud Code. I want to use. um. Okay, yeah, same thing. I'm just gonna close this window right here. Okay, so what are we thinking about, right? We want to plan, which is we want to we want to okay. All right. First things first, we have Cloud Code, we have it ready to go. But we already have our prompt, like our first prompt here, which is this, right? And okay, I was doing part of this before, right? So this is how my coding sessions usually go. I just start somewhere and keep I keep going. So what's out of the prompts? Yes, I want you to create a separate prompt to cover building, onboarding, and feature gating. And okay, the prompt should also not explicitly say over engineering, but imply it. The onboarding process for schools, the onboarding and fair. All right, so there was something here that I noticed, right? So s- sorry, okay, registration. School admin submit school name, country, address, email, phone number, subdomain preference. All right, okay. No schema is provisioned yet. And the verification is where I am thinking is going to be manual, right? Schema provisioning on verification approval. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Trial starts. Okay. And does it, okay, did it say it's going to have a free tier? Free is basic student management. Okay, okay, okay. All right, makes sense. I'm going to say, and the onboarding verification process should be manual. Knowing it is going to involve document uploads. Where is the best option? What is the best option? to save the upload, right? Put this in the prompt, and for the model to right. Okay. So let me see if what I'm writing makes sense. The onboarding verification question manner, knowing it's going to involve document uploads. Why is the why is the option to save? What am I writing? Knowing it's going to involve document uploads. Where is the option to save the uploads? What did I just write? Okay. What options? What option would be cheap and easy to save the uploads? All right. So it makes sense now. I know Cloudinary and I know about Cloudinary basically. Okay. All right. So put this in the prompt, and for the model 2, cheaper options um, is better for. I don't want cheaper options. I want reliable. Reliable and cheap is my preferred. There's really nothing that's reliable and cheap. Like really, really, if you're being asking about it. And Cloudinary is actually expensive if you actually think about it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it to up to the. It can be AWS like that. I don't want to deal with AWS. I really don't. Anyways, put this in the prompt and for the model to basically the environment variables to take that into considerations. I'm gonna use Sonnet 4.6 Opus. Yeah, I'm gonna use Opus for this, and it's gonna think for a while. Let it do its thing. And when I'm doing that, wait, this is a new. Is this a new chart? Oh, I think this is a new chart. All right. So taking longer than usual. Try again shortly. Attempt number 2. Anyways, while that is happening, I want to. How do I like plan? Because this is my first time using Claude Code. So I want to plan how to use um this thing. So wait a minute. It created a new chat. We thought, wait, all my days. Wait, what? Okay, it created a new chat using Opus 4.6. But at core requirement, onboarding, manual verification, and admin review submission through a simple admin interface. Email or an app makes sense. Do not build automated KYC or ML-based document third party. Yep, true. Cloudflare R2. Okay. Yep, 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 yep. All right. Okay, I like this. I like this. Billion of subscriptions. All right. Checkout sessions, feature gating, and users effective access is the intersection of. Okay, okay, I like this. Out of scope, automated identity verification, fraud scoring, multi-region document residency, custom billing logic beyond what Stripe provides, and role-based assets beyond user admin. Audit. Okay, this is this is the thing this is the problem I have with like vibe coding is you keep on running into issues that it creates for you and you're like, do I really need all of this? Custom billing logic beyond what Stripe provides. Role-based access control beyond user/admin. We're gonna deal with this later. you know, one thing at a time. Like I have tried I've tried doing this before, but vibe coding with AI before. And let me just say it sometimes gets me I'm gonna continue with this chat. Like that was a little bit yeah, too much. But I'm gonna do this in this chat right now. I'm gonna see what. All right, so it says the same thing. Cloudflare R2, right? Okay. All right, so I'm going to allow this to run. Again, I'm still stuck in this part where you know what? I'm going to prompt Claude again. Let me see if it's done with this. All right, still drafting the prompt because I I do not want it to edit. I want it to create, right? I want it to create. So it is still doing all of this, and I'm gonna cut to when all of this is done, and I finally figure something out because I also don't know how to start, coding. I guess I could just copy the prompt and paste it, but I don't know what that would tell me. Oh crap! All right, so it is currently drafting the prompt. Still drafting the prompt. Makes sense. Okay. A few deliberate decisions were not in the anti-over-engineering instruction in the opening approach. Every model field and every service should justify its existence against the concrete requirements. That phrasing is intentional. It tells the model to pause before generating abstraction layers, not after. Okay. All right. So it basically did the same thing. Right. Okay. I prefer this prompt than the other one. So while we are that, let me prompt if I'm new to Claude Code and I have a prompt for it to build something in my, let's say, I have a prompt for it to build something in my folder structure, blank folder structure. Let me say blank folder structure. Okay. do I just paste in the prompt and it is going to go to work, right? Okay. Like this is what I know. Like this is the boring part, but this is actually what vibe coding is. It's just prompting, prompting, prompting until you get what you want. And the more precise you are with it, the better you are. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So, um, I'm this Cloud Code and I have a prompt for it to build something in my blank folder structure. Do I just paste in the prompt and it's going to work and it's going to create the necessary folder folders in the folder base. So I'm new to Cloud Code and it is installed as an extension in. Don't use Opus, man. Just use Sonnet. Yeah, just use Sonnet, please. And it's in VS Code. And I have a prompt for it to build something in my production. Do I just paste it in a prompt? All right. So I just need to know if I just copy and paste the prompt from there to like directly into this place because I want it to create, you know, to build everything for me. So, and to do all of this, when you open your blank project folder in VS Code, open the Claude Code panel and paste in the prompt describing what you want to build. Claude will read your prompt and plan out the structure, create the necessary folders and files, write the actual code inside them before writing anything. Claude will propose its changes side by side and wait for approval. Nothing gets changed until you approve it. Okay. Make sure you have a folder open as a file, right? Okay. Make sure your workspace is trusted. Click on the all right. Okay, makes sense. Plan mode first. How do I switch to plan? I saw plan mode, but I was not sure. All right. So I saw plan mode, but it wasn't here. It was in what would you say? Why did I say it? All right, let me update this. I'm updating my VS Code mid recording. All right. So how do I use plan mode in? How do I use plan mode in VS Code? Sorry, in V- VS Code Cloud. Right. Enter plan mode, shift and tab twice. Okay. All right. All right. So I need to go to um I need to create this thing first. Plan mode, right? So I'm gonna copy and paste this. I'm gonna copy the first prompt, which is basically telling it to describe, which is describing the first, things that I need. I'm gonna copy this prompt and I'm gonna go to plan mode, which is I don't think it's in plan mode right now. Okay, it said shift and tab. All right, so edit automatically. Yeah, there we go. Plan mode. Oh, okay. I could just click on this and effort is yeah. I want max effort, right? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna paste. I've pasted it and we're gonna All right, so it is thinking, and this is my first time using Cloud Code as a um as a, what would you call it? Uh, a vibe coding tool to build something semi-tangible. And I don't know how well this video will go, or if I'm even going to complete it. So I am seeing something is happening. I don't know, but I'll be back when it is, done with its vibing, wrangling, all of this. So see you in 2 seconds. Okay, as you all can see, it is like, I don't know how many minutes later, 5 minutes later, and it is still deliberating, forming, philosophizing, doing whatever it is, doing. So I would like to, keep going. So I don't want to waste your time. While this is happening, I'm gonna take a chill break while this is this is working. And first of all, let me see if I can, because after this I will still, because it is still in plan mode, right? It is arching, pondering, whatever it's doing, right? So after this, oh wait, it just did something. It just did something, which is okay. All right, live in front of us. Okay. Let me see if you can see me. All right, you can see me. Um. All right. So plan multi-tenant school management system REST API. Greenfield Django. Greenfield. What? All right. Project structure. Fine. Whatever. Phase one. Project bootstrap. Right. Okay. Files to create all of this. Core models, UI deployment makes sense. Cool. Tenant makes sense. Schema name. Um. Okay. Apps, grades, model, term one, term two, term three, media, final. Um. Okay. Timetable, authentication and permissions. Okay. All right. Auth login, schema, jet of production, hardening. Okay. Row level security, PG bouncer compatibility. I actually don't care, honestly, as long as it works. I mean, as long as it works, honestly. So yes, I manually approved it, right? I'm not gonna say yes and not to accept, right? Yes and not to accept. So it's gonna actioning, incubating, all of this. Ah, I feel like I'm the one coding, and I'm not the one coding that makes I'm stressed. I feel like if I'm the one doing the coding, I'm gonna I'm gonna feel much more uh at ease. But oh damn. Okay, I think it is working, right? It is working. It is doing its thing. It just created a folder for me based on, okay. So yeah, it is working. It is doing something. So while this is happening, I am going to kill my camera. Did you just say shimmy? You're not meant to shimmy while coding. What's wrong with you? Enchanting, what are you? Hey, guy, focus from, like, what are you doing? All right, yeah, you can ideate. That's fine. Allow this bash command. Yes, 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 absolutely. I know what that is because I absolutely know what create directory is. Yes, yeah, cd is actually create directory. Config files, fine, that's all good. Building the settings file. Why can't it just create what is it called? The create a Django app, which is what's the combobulate? Did you guys just see that? You just said combobulating. All right. What's the what do you call it? Um, there is a oh, God. I forgot I forgot this thing. Anyways, there's a code that you can use to create a Django file, and you don't have to do all of this by. All right. initializing a Django project. Yeah. So I think it's Django init or something like that. Let me just Google it while you guys are here. All right. So initializing a Django project. Right. So yeah, you run the bash. Yeah, right here. Yeah, pip install Django and then Django admin. Yeah, Django admin start project and the name of your right. Okay. So anything else? Nothing. Still nothing. It is still creating, which is fine by me. Fine. Do what you want. Do what you want. All right. This is apps. Okay. I actually understand what it is creating, but okay. Common utilities. This is actually going to take a while. So I will take a break. I will take a break while this is happening. It's gonna take a long time. And yeah, this is what vibe coding is like. Allow it to work, give it a very solid prompt, and watch it do its magic. So, and while this is happening, can I do something like I'm just gonna wait for this to finish so I do not overwhelm it because I want to also do the second prompt, which is the second one right here. Okay, which is this right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and then yeah, right. Okay. After all of this is done, I will, you know, come back to this. Okay, so you guys, I'm running into a bit of an issue here. It is saying I've used 92% of my session limits, which is crazy. I don't think I've done much yet, and I feel like I am running into a wall. So I do not like this feeling. I do not like feeling like I'm being stopped in my tracks when I am making so much progress. So what will I do? Like I've used 93 already, so I don't know how much it has left to go because last I checked, I was sitting right here. So it is in phase 4 of the whole thing, right? Which is right. Grades, attendance, is doing all of that right now. Is it? No, it is still in the filters, which is crazy, man. Oh god. I will Whew. So it resets in 4 hours, which is gonna be 5 o'clock for me. No, 6 actually, and that's actually oh my days. Can I view my usage? Let me see what my usage is. So weekly 8%, fine, but the 5 hour session is really going okay. So I don't think I'll be able to complete this for now. Okay, it is in phase 6, right? So oh man, can it create Celery task per apps per each app? Um yeah, it's not gonna complete it. So I think it's gonna stop and then it's gonna resume. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to figure all of this out. Like when it gets done, when everything, like when the limit is used up, finish. When the limit is done, I will, you know what? I will continue it off screen, and then once I'm done with it, I'm gonna show you guys like everything that it went through, which is basically nothing for you guys to worry about since I am vibe coding it. So 99%. I think it's gonna. Oh, I think it's gonna like speed up. Oh fuck. It's gonna speed up the whole thing and it's gonna like use create nonsense. I think I'm not sure. Like I really am not sure. Oh man, I'm afraid because I feel like it's going. That's what it's gonna do. That's damn damn. Okay, I've used 100%, but it is still going. Okay, all right. I absolutely ate limits, man. I ate. You know. Okay, so we have hit our limit. You have hit your session limit here. So, ah, God, I hate this, man. I absolutely hate this. I don't like this one. So you know what? Once I get back, once it resets at 6 p.m., which is my time, I will come back and I will finish everything off screen, and then we're gonna see what we have and if. Oh man, did I really do that much? Did I really do that much? Okay. All right. So let me see. Apps, account announcement, attend, common fees. Let me see common. Where's my models? I need to see my model. Where is the model? Oh man. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna come back after 6 p.m. And once it is reset, I think I should be able to, keep going. So man, I'm actually kind of hurt a little bit. Settings, all right, config, tenants, models. Okay, fine, fine, fine. I don't really care too much about what is in the code. Okay, everyone. So I am back, and it's in the middle of the night. So, and I've done a lot of things. Not a lot, but I've done quite a few things since. Well, for you guys, maybe it's been a second, but for me, it's been like a couple of hours. So let me go through where I stopped, which is okay. Yeah, okay. So this was where I hit my limit, right? And I just said continue where you left off. And the reason why I did this is because I just asked Claude what I should do. So okay, I think I deleted the chat where I asked it to um where I basically asked it like what should I do if I hit a limit and I want to continue where I left off. So yeah. So basically it did all of this. So continue where I left off. It did all of this, it picked up where it stopped and obviously the to-dos that I needed to do all of that. And so actually and I think I've already said this like a million times already. I do not know what the code is doing. But if there's an error, I should be able to know where it is placed in the code base. So, all right, so the entire project is built. Here's a summary of everything that was created, what was built, 120 Python files across eight. All of this, I was like, all right, makes sense. Okay. So the next steps to get it running is pip install our requirements development txt, and then fill in the DB credentials in my environmental, yeah. So and then I'm gonna migrate my schemas and yeah, basically just migration. So if I go to manage.py migrate schemas, which is it's a Django thing basically, just to migrate where would I yeah, it's just to migrate, your database to your your schema to your database. Nothing really interesting. And then okay, so I read about init, right? Like there's a there's a command, right? So click on this little button right here. And if you go to slash commands, you see there is an init right here. This init creates a cloud.md file with code-based documentation. So what I need this for is basically if I would need a new if I create a new session, I don't have to like start, summarizing all what I've been doing in previous sessions that maybe I've cancelled or it's not my laptop or whatever, So yeah, basically just created Claude.md and right here. And now and then after all of this, I compacted the chart because I think like the context window that I was using was literally the old code base. So compact just like compact the database and the instructions of the database into something compact basically. And yeah, I now have this compact the chat has now been compacted. So if I click on this, yeah, all right. So this session has been continued for yeah, so makes sense. It's basically a summary of like what the chat is about, and then after that, before I even did anything else, so I asked it like once I've compacted the chat, can it be accessible if I try to continue to work the same code base in a new session, or do I have to specify it? So basically, what Claude is saying here is like if you want to create a new session, you have to like say you have to bring in the old context of the old code base. So Claude will read the code base directly when you start a new session, so it picks up the current state of your files. That is actually like undoing what Compact has done. So and I'm going to ask you like, is it advisable in your opinion to continue a session? Um, is it advisable to continue a session? I'm basically making a lot of mistakes here with the compacted code or not. All right, so let's see what it says. I'm thinking it should be okay. If I'm in the middle of continuing the compacted session when you're in the middle of something complex and mid task, the compacted summary still has enough context to keep going without losing the thread. Yeah, debugging is specific. All right, so start fresh when I'm moving to generally in the future, a different part of the code base. A fresh session actually gives code a cleaner. All right, okay, all right, makes sense. Okay, all right, the files are the context here. Yep. All right. Once the task is done, close it out, update the Claude AI they started. All right, so this is the key. All right, so basically, I'm going to start a new session, and the new session is for guess what? The feature gating, the payment, the subscription tiers, and all of that. I'll implement that not right now, but I just want to give you guys what I've done and a quick update. And once I prompt it, I'm going to do it off screen again because it's going to take time, and I'm going to run out of tokens, and then I don't know, I have to wait 5 hours. It's the middle of the night, so it's the middle of the night, so I'm going to sleep, and then when I come back, it should be hopefully done. So I'm going to create a new session. That is that. We have agreed on that. So before ending the session, ask Claude something like summarizing. I don't want to do that. So directly answer your question, Claude. All right. So I'll create a new session. All right. I'll create a new session, and then I'm going to paste in this prompt. Right. Where's the prompt? All right. Here it is. I'm going to paste in this prompt in the new session. Okay. And the context window is basically my old code base. And I don't mind that because I actually do not care about. So I'm going to press Shift Tab, right? So plan is in plan mode right now, as you guys can see, plan mode. I don't know if you guys can actually see. Let me minimize this a bit. So as you can see, plan mode, it is in plan mode. So all I did was, I think you guys will have been able to see. Um, all I did was, Shift Tab, and then it changes to ask before edit automatically. So plan mode, I want to do it in plan mode. I'm going to copy this prompt. So do I need to do anything else? I'm just like, being extra careful. I'm conflicted because I want to migrate to the database, do all of these things, and then do this. But, I want to make sure it is working first before, Claude. Um, so let me just try to, do what it says I should do before, adding features on top of already a huge code base. I'm not testing it, which you should. But the thing is, I don't have what you call I don't have all my environmental variables, which I think I will need. I'm not sure. Alright, so where is it? Where is it? Okay, I'm all the way up. Let me scroll down a bit. Where are we? Okay, yeah, yeah. Next, you have to get running. All right. So pip install requirements dots. So we should do that obviously. Um, Wait a minute. I don't have a virtual environment. So okay, I need to create a virtual environment in here so that I don't have to, how do I create of a virtual environment again in Python? Give me a minute. Okay, so to create a Python environment, I have it on my other laptop right here, screen. So I'm just gonna type it out. So I think it's Python, which is going to use my latest Python, Python app installed on my laptop. Dash m vnv vnv. Right. So I think that's it. Yeah. Where did I? Yeah, I created a virtual environment right here. So do you want? Yes, I do. All right. So it makes sense. Problems. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know why you are so angry. It's okay. Okay, go back to my terminal, and then I will activate my terminal, which is not a problem. I'll activate it is dot backslash venv venv backslash scripts backslash activate. I think that should, yeah. All right. So as you can see now, I have a venv right here, which is I have a virtual environment for my database. Sorry, for my code base, which is what I want. All right. What else? Okay, so I'm gonna do all of this. Pip install dash r, pip install dash r requirements slash development. I could have copied and pasted this, but I want to type for a bit. So pip install requirements slash development.txt, which is going to install what is in this development um, text file, which is this. Uh, okay, Faker, PyTest, Django, all of this. It's gonna take a while. So as you can see on my terminal, nothing is happening yet. Yep. All right. This is going to work. So the base, this is like everything that is going to need. So the base, like requirements file, and then the development files and the production files, which are two different things, which I don't know anything about because I did not build this myself. Again, as I mentioned. Anyways, let me try to if okay. Python migrate schemas. Migrating schemas will create a database, like a local database, but I don't have a DB, so I don't have like a Redis channel or whatever. So I'm gonna go to the um what do you call it? Is it still installed? Okay, it's still installing. Where is the environmental variables? Okay, so here it is. This is like values the model generated, so I'm not worried about exposing anything. So I need the Postgres, which all right, no problem. I need a secret key. That's fine. That's a random long string. Okay. Allowed host. Okay. Yep. Admin URL. All right. Century DSN. Okay. All right. So I think the only thing I need is a Redis, which uh, do I want to do it locally or I should put it online for now? Oh God, I'm so I'm so lazy tonight, so I'm not really sure. Like the database can be a local one because I have a VPS running and I could just replace it easily. So I'm not really worried about this. I want it to be like a local one. I don't want to be online all the time. So, okay, this is interesting. Even the Redis, I can, configure Redis locally also. So, you know what? While I'm gonna do the database locally, and I have a Raspberry Pi. I can. It's so interesting ways I can use this thing. So I will do the Redis locally. You can do it on your laptop. It's gonna be like a simple thing, and then I'm gonna show it obviously. So that should not be a problem. Also, we have Postgres. Do I really want to use Postgres really? Let me go to my where is it? Manage.py. Uh, all right, let me go back to this. Manage.py migrate schemas. I don't if the database doesn't exist, I don't think it's gonna migrate. You feel me? So shit. Let me see. Give config URLs public. This is not my oh I am the thing why I'm confused is because the manage.py file usually comes with a lot more things than this. So I am not satisfied with seeing just, you know, if main. Um, okay, I do not like this. I'm in unknown territory and I feel uncomfortable. That's not good. uh, I'm gonna go to Unica notes here. All right, this is like login and stuff like that, which I don't want. Because when you create a new Django, okay, let me just show you guys instead of yapping. Document, project. I want to go to um, share production. Why not? So there's a manage.py file here. Okay. Okay, so I think I forgot usually in a config file, so which is in settings. So this is actually what I was looking for, not all the other, not what I was thinking was in manage.py. Okay, so this is a lot, and I understand it, but again, the database should be the default is local. Okay, that's fine. So I'm looking at the database, like the DB, like Postgres. So right now it is saying the engine is Postgres. God damn it. I don't password localhost. Oh my goodness. So I don't think I can create. So usually in a like in what you call a normal development. This is taking a while. Okay. So in what you call the normal development of Django projects, you usually have different options in the database, which let me just show you guys, right? So, I mean, this is a different project of mine. So, and this is what the settings file usually look like, right? So, let me go to the database. So the default engine should be Django.db. So you know what? I'm just going to paste this. I'm just going to copy this so that I don't have to like waste my time thinking of. Um, so I'm just going to, for now, I want it to be like in the local setting. So I don't want to have to go online and create a new Postgres or whatever. So this should be fine for now. But I know where it is. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to do anything online for now. So I'm just keeping it locally, which is the local database. But the what you call, I think this might mess up a little bit. This might mess up like maybe not, maybe not. Maybe not. But I'm not sure anyway. But also what I want to point out is the Redis. which in my okay, let me close this. I've already shown you guys what you need to see. So the Redis also in my environmental, variables, which is right here. The Redis is also local, which I can, set up easily locally. The reason why I do want to like set up a whole Postgres database is because it gets messy for me, so I don't want to have to deal with that. Um, yeah. So, or maybe I should actually use the Postgres so that I can, you know, get familiar with it. You know what? I think that's gonna be a good lesson for me. So I'm gonna decide when I sleep and wake up because depending on my mood and if I'm willing to, I might, set up a Postgres locally and yeah, that won't be a problem. Or also, and also the Redis, which I can do locally also. All right, so that's enough yapping for today. So this is gonna run when this is done, and by tomorrow I'll come back. I'll do the Redis database and the Postgres database, depending on my mood. Once that is done, we can then move on to the next phase of the project, which is um, you know, the feature gates and all of that. So it's going along pretty well. Yeah, it is slow. It is not like the fastest thing I've ever done, but I'm actually proud of this. So see you guys in the next lesson or in the next. In our previous section of this video, we did like we basically made sure I basically explained what's happened with the completion of the first phase of the project, and what I was focused now on was the database, like because I had to according to the next steps to get the project running, it was filling the DB or Redis credentials, and I have a Redis in my on my system already, so I'm just gonna Ubuntu. It's an Ubuntu, so yeah, I'll try to sort out the yeah, the Redis and the Postgres. So regarding the Postgres, I also installed the Postgres GUI, so Valentina Studio. So I am familiar with it. Maybe it's not the best, I don't know, but I know I've been using it for this is like the first one I've been using for since I can remember. So again, I created a DB. So I just pressed create here and create a new DB. So yeah, I basically just created a new DB and yeah, right here, just create a new database. So yeah, we are on the Redis. We want to start the Redis first. So to get the Redis up and running, I queried ChatGPT. I know this is all about Claude Code and how awesome it is and all of that, but I like to I like to spread out my I like to like test out different um models while I'm working. So okay, so I just need to type Redis server, which is okay. So yeah, let me go to my terminal. Redis server. Okay, failed listening on. Uh, oh no, this is command line. I need Ubuntu. Sorry. Yeah, I was on. This is like normal. Is it? I have no idea, man. But anyways, no, but I don't think so. CHPS. All right. Anyways, you could not listen to. Let me do it again. All right, same thing. Redis server must be enabled. Whatever. Blah blah. Okay. I don't really care about that. I'm not worried about that error. It should be working, but I'm not understanding why. Let me do Redis CLI. All right, here we go. It's working now. I don't know why, because I know that Redis server is for something else, but I was not sure. Redis CLI is what will give you access to the your Redis that is installed on your system, and in my case, it's Ubuntu. So I while I was offline, while I was off screen, I installed Redis Insight right here. So it's a GUI also like Postgres, like Valentina Studio. So right now it is this is the database alias. No, am I connected to? according to this, the last time okay, yeah, all right. Last connection was less than a minute ago. So that's fine. All right. So that means the it is actually connected to, the Redis is actually live. So all I have to just edit in my where is my environmental variables is Redis. Yeah, I don't need to actually do anything. So Redis localhost 6379/0, right? So I'm gonna go to Redis again. I'm gonna do ping pong. All right, so we're good to go. Ping pong, all good. And if the only thing left now is the Postgres, and I have Postgres locally, right? So Postgres, the user is Postgres, and then password, right? What's the password? What password did I use? Ah, crap! I forgot. So, anyways, this is the format we're gonna follow. So Postgres colon / the username, which is Postgres also. I want to see if I have a user, if I created a user. So um I want to create a user. So how do I do that? Let me just Google it, man. I'm too lazy. Create user for database in Valentina Studio. Okay, what does it say? Okay, SQL editor. All right, so open the SQL editor for your active connection. Okay, I'm just gonna do this right now. I'm not gonna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna open the SQL editor on where's my Valentina Studio? Right here. So open SQL editor right here, which is on the lollies DB, right? So I would paste this, and the password is and create the username is going to be Sharif, and the password is going to be I don't know. Password, yeah, password is fine as long as it's on my local DB. So I'm going to execute this, and where's the logs? Yeah, query has been executed. So right here, look at the time, and after that, I'm going to copy this. Grant all privileges on database. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Grant all privileges on database lollies db to my username, which is Sheriff. So wait, what's my password again? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I've actually forgotten the password. What was the password password? Okay, database lollies db. What was it? Yeah, lollies db, right? Or am I tripping? Okay, so schema editor, Postgres, right? Let me open SQL editor on my Postgres, right? Lollies DB to Sheriff, right? And let me execute this. Lollies DB does not. What do you mean? It is right here. Am I tripping? This is a database, right? Public schema create. Uh, all right. I'm a little bit confused because the database is right here. Let me see. I might be. Yeah. Am I doing something wrong? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Okay, create user Sheriff with password, right? Error database lollies db does not exist. It does exist, right? Am I? Okay. Okay, so after looking around for a while, I figured out what the issue is. For this database, basically, because it has capital letters. I had to put it in quotes. So if I didn't put it in quotes, it just automatically changes this to, like, if you look at the errors right here, lollies db, which is lollies um small letter case, sorry, small case db, but actually in my schema and editor, as you can see, it's actually like literally db, like capital letter. So I've created that, and yeah, so I have a username right now, and let's go to my not Redis. So I have a user which is Sharif, and oh crap. Okay, Sharif, and the password is password localhost, yeah, and lollies um db, right? So the Redis is that, and I need to create a secret key, so that should not be a problem. I have a prompt here that can help me do that. So to do that, I'm going to go into the Python shell, Python manage .py shell, right? Oh, okay. I have to I have to create a secret key before even. Let me just clear. Okay, I can't clear. All right, no problem. So I will create a random secret key, which is, let me see. I'm looking at my other screen here. So open SSL. Another way I can do this is rand. Wait, let me see. Secret key not found. What do you mean? Okay, okay, all right, I got you. SSL. What was that? Yeah, base 64, base 64, and 32. Okay, so uh I'm just gonna do it in my because I can't do it here. So I'll do it in my terminal. I'll open a command prompt. Let me copy this. I don't know why I can't do it here. So let me see if I can, if my luck. OpenSSL is not Git bash. Probably Git bash. Oh man, I actually ate Windows command line. It should work here. All right, so there we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Git bash. Okay, so we have a random. Oh crap. This is meant to be a string, right? So I'll probably put in quotes. Uh, yeah, there we go. That should do. Even this should be in quotes, right? I feel. I think. I'm not sure. Right, quotes. This in quotes also. I think. Allow those. I think this is fine. Yeah. Origins, admin URL. JWT sign-in key. Okay, so a different long random string also. Okay, that's not going to be a problem. OpenSSL also, again, yeah, a random string. Why does it always have to end with, you know, the equal sign? So you know what? Since this is fine because I'm not actually, in production, so I'm in development, so I have to. I'm not gonna give it a random. Yeah, this is my random part that I added to it. So random string sign-in key. Should I put it in quotes also? Let me just do that. All right, so we should be able to, where were we with this? Manage.py, migrate schemas, and then run the test. So let me check my connection to my Redis if it's still live. Yeah, ping, pong. All right, so we're good. We're good there. And my connection is less than a minute ago. I think that should be fine. This is the Redis CLI, like I mentioned earlier. So, and where were we? Okay, so you're back in the terminal of the project, and yeah, I filled in my DB credentials. So Python manage.py. Let me just copy this. Can I copy this? I'm going to copy this uh, to any random text screen, and I'm just going to copy this, right, and paste it in my terminal. Remember, you need to activate your virtual environment also, so you don't, run into errors or what. Oh, secret key not found. Why is that? Let me see. Um, packages.decouple.py. Okay. .env. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my config and base settings. Right. So config decouple secret key. You can't find it because why is that? Okay. Hmm, interesting. I think the reason why I can't find it is because it is like what it usually looks for is .env, right? So it didn't find .env, but I have .env.example. So I'll create a new file, .env, which is basically the same thing. But I don't know how to, ask the couple to look for .env. So I'm just going to copy and paste it into my .env and see if I am lucky. Okay, so we are having an issue with migration. Secret key not found again. Really? No, no, that's not that. This is it. Manage.py main sys argument. Okay. Database wrapper has no attribute set schema. So base.py. All right, so let me see. Let me go to my base.py. I think am I still let me go to my data. Oh, okay, okay. All right. So I forgot to change the engine. So yeah, that's my bad. That's on me. Yeah, I should, we're using I forgot because if you remember like, if you like go back a few minutes ago, so I, commented this out so that I could use the database. But now that I've woken up and I feel like it should be good now. All right. So let's do it again. Fingers crossed. Oh god damn it. 127.001 connection failed. Okay. Let me see my env. Um all right. No password supplied. What do you mean? Connection failed to server ports. No password supplied. Multiple connection attempts failed. All failures were Postgres. I hate reading errors, but I kind of know what it's trying to say. But okay, so I think there was a connection to this database, but it could not connect, right? So I can I check, um, you know, how do I check, connections to the databases or logs, even logs, even should. So I found the error. The error was like in my, settings based on py file. It had the config, DB name, config, DB user, DB password, DB host. That's meant to be in my environmental variables, but wasn't there. So if you notice, like I added on this three, yeah, this three right here. So I was thinking this database URL was gonna, take care of all of these variables, but I did not check. So, you know, a little bit of debugging here. So that's why it wasn't able to connect. And I will try to do it again. So right here, you see this orange arrow. It doesn't really matter, but for safety, or not safety particularly, but uh, can I copy this? You know what? Never mind. I will just close this in new terminal. Sorry, just new terminal. Right. I'll kill the first terminal, and then we're gonna try this again. Right. Copy this and paste it into. As you can see, it's a lot of like parts that you have to figure out yourself. So, and also you can just copy and paste errors into your. Oh god damn it! Again. Ah, a different error. So what is it this time? What is it this time? You know what? I'm just gonna copy the error. Uh, ID bright credible. Oh god, I just this is the problem with vibe coding, right? You come across errors that you do not know anything about. So let's just copy and paste to ChatGPT. Insufficient permissions for schema public. So uh okay, so login grants all on schema public to your DB user, right? Okay. So I will go to my Valentina Studio again, Lolly's DB, grant all privileges on database to Sheriff. That's what I did, right? That's what I did, innit? So I'm a little bit confused. So I'm just so my DB user is Sheriff, right? So let me execute this. Yep, query has been executed. That's fine. So what else do I need to do? Database privileges. And then let me my DB name, which is okay, Lolly's DB to Sheriff, which is already what I did. So I don't know. Let me see the logs. Yeah, query has been executed. Grant all privileges on database. Yep. So what else is there? For clean status, outer schema public owner. All right, let me just run this first because let me just run the connection again, and yeah, let me just do this again, see if it works. Oh my goodness. You're running into errors after errors after errors. Okay. So you know what I will do? I will figure out all of these errors and I will do it off screen so that I don't have to, keep prompting and prompting you guys. But this is like part of the lesson in it to, how to test errors and how to figure them out. And also this is also a lesson about like this is also like, if I had just continue building on top of this without testing it, migrating it, I wouldn't have come into these errors and then I'll like the error will have, been boiling under the hood. So even if it is already a lot of code already. So, I'll do it off the screen and I'll tell you guys what I did off screen. So see you in a minute. Okay, so I I copied and pasted the error into Claude itself instead of trying to go to uh ChatGPT and trying to figure it out. So since I have access to this, why not just do it? Why am I wasting my time? So, anyways, it kind of shifted a little bit of things around, and then yeah, it fixed it. I don't even know what it did. It basically just moved it from tenant apps to shared apps, which is I I don't think. Let me see. Oh, okay. I don't really know what it did basically, but it fixed it, and now I'm able to run. I was able to run. Let me see if I can scroll back up. So it ran the migrations. There was no errors really, and yeah, everything was fine. So all I have to do right now is, I've done the migrate schemas shared, and I've done migrate schemas itself. So I'm going to do setup RLS now, which is okay. I'm going to do this Control V. And yeah, so if I go to my database now, public, I should see some tables. I don't know if I should. Let me just close this again. Close this. The server admin. Well, basically, my database should be, public, right? I should have some tables in here, but I'm not seeing anything yet. So, but I know it is created. I know it is created since I do not have any errors. So, I'm going to run the PyTest now. So I'll run the PyTest. Let me see, Control C and paste it. Run the PyTest, see what it says. Okay, lots of E's. Error. 73 error. Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo. All right, so there we go. We have errors. I don't even know what it was doing in the first place. So I'll copy and paste this into Claude Code so that I can, figure it out by itself. I'm not messing with I'm not messing with all of this, I'm absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. So I'll just scroll up, and then once we get to all right, I'm not here. Scroll back down a bit. Is it here? All right, you know what? Let me scroll up manually, and because when I need to figure out the place I entered my what? Where did I enter? All right, so I gotta find this. Okay, whatever, whatever, whatever. It's a lot of errors, by the way. I don't know. Maybe I should just copy the whole thing. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to copy the whole thing. Okay. It's so many errors, man. I don't even know what this means. 37 out of 37. I think this is like, how many errors it found. So I'm just gonna copy and paste this. But this is why it's good to test you know, your vibe coded stuff with errors and everything. So now Cloud Code will Control C will fix itself. I'm not gonna uh, I'm not shift tab. Yeah, plan mode. So I'm not going to have to why did I do that? Just open a new right? Open a new session, which whatever. Yeah, new session. I don't want okay. Same thing. Plan mode, switch to plan mode, and paste this in, and yeah, let it fucking do its thing. Uh, while it is doing all of this here, um oh my god, this is actually a lot of work. I thought vibe coding is, you just oh my all right. Okay. So while that is, figuring while it is working over here in the background, here I will close this. I don't need this. I actually don't need Claude MD also. So we have two windows and they're working side by side, figuring out what to do. So the next plan is, all right, so let me say this. Should I close the connection to my DB right now? Let me close the connection. How do I close it? Yeah, close. Yeah, close connection. Let me go to start page and okay. Oh, I have to enter my password. Damn. All right, give me a minute and okay, so I have connected to my database and as you can see, it created, the tables and everything. I close the connection, open it again, and here are all the tables that it has created, which is not a lot. I'm actually surprised that, you know, counts. I feel like there will be a lot more, but I don't know. It feels empty. It feels empty kind of. So Django admin, token blacklist, alt group, accounts, all of this, right? Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. PG database owner. Object owner is Postgres. Okay, the object owner I can okay, all right, makes sense. All right, no problem. Close. Cancel public. How about private, Um anyways, forget all of that. Let me see if my Redis is still actually active. I don't think we have used it honestly. Okay, it's still live. That's fine. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. Okay, what's here? Again, we are still in the first phase of this thing. We have not started the second phase, which is the billing and the let's go to Claude Code and see what it has for me. Okay. Create DB to the all right. Grant create DB to the user sheriff once in. Okay, all right. So okay, I think the problem was the test database. All right. You guys already saw me clicking on the like Lollis DB. Sorry. Right here, Lollis DB, right? As you can see, the object owner is Postgres. So I can change it to sheriff, which would actually grant me this access, right? So I'm gonna do that public. Let me go to public also. The public object owner is also sheriff. Yeah, which is me. I'm just gonna, hard code it and yeah, all right. So let me also run what VS Code says. So alter row sheriff create DB, right? So I'm going to go to Valentina Studio, Lollis DB, alter row sheriff create DB. Alter row, alter command to specify what object to alter. Um, let me see. Must be run as a Postgres super user. Postgres. After this, Django can create. All right. Step 2, create file. Okay, whatever. Yes, and also offset. Okay. So after doing that, I'm gonna run it again and see if I can. Um. So I think step 1 is up to me, which was the database thing that and the error that I had. So, oh my god, I feel like I'm working way too hard. Okay. All right, all right. Okay, let me copy and paste this error. Let me copy to clipboard and go to ChatGPT and see what it says. Because all right, so let me see what chat alter statement, alter my user, alter role my user with login. All right, never mind. Let me see if it is done. Yeah, I think it is done. It is done right. Yep, it should be done. Let me run this again and see what it says. PyTest, right? Errors, 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 errors. Yeah. Okay. I think it's the same thing. So I will try to fix this oh god. It's a lot of work, man. And I mean the work is like talking and okay. Alter row sheriff create DB, right? Runs up popularity on my database. Right. Um I think I don't know what alter command should specify what object to alter. Sheriff, right? Am I tripping? Okay. Oh my days. This is troublesome. Okay, I'm gonna go to Postgres, uh, open connection, right? Okay. Um, let's go to SQL editor, right? Execute. Okay, it has been executed. All right. So let me run this again because all right. It has a little bit of green right now. So one failed, 14 passed, 58 errors. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Um, so I'm going to have to. Okay. Okay. There's a little bit of something. Something has changed actually. So we are fine. Not fine, but oh days. Oh my days. All right. I'm going to copy this again into Claude Code and let me see. Plan mode. Okay. Right. And let's see what it says this time. You know what? Let me fix this error off screen. I'll show you everything it is doing. It's just basically me doing this thing all over and over again until it is fixed. And okay, so I have debugged and questioned off screen, obviously. So let's run the test again and see if it works. PyTest. I don't think it's gonna work actually. but okay, there's a couple of errors. That's fine. 69 passed, short tests. Remember, okay. I can accept this because I don't know. It's still giving errors, but it kind of fixed most of what you call is the major faults. Oh gosh, should I actually copy and paste this again? Let me just do it again because oh, it is actually like annoying to keep doing this, but if the tests don't work, then why would my um you know app work in you know live or production or stuff like that? So let me see. I think I okay, right here. I'm gonna copy this and then go to Claude Code and then Shift Tab. So have the edits you made affected the real the production quality, or it is for test environment only? I'm just asking this, and let's see what it says. This should not take time, but oh, okay. So here we go. In production, the changes are test environment only. Nothing in production part was touched. That's the breakdown. All right, so makes sense. Okay, okay. So the production level is still unchanged. In production, real users still get trusted after 5 login attempts per minute. The only fix our test tokens. Okay, all right, makes sense. Okay, so after your changes, I get this after I get this after after the changes. I get this after running PyTest again and pasting the error, and then plan mode. Obviously, it's gonna take time again. So, well, that is working its magic. I'm chilling and doing nothing. I'm going to run the PyTest again. I've edited again off screen. So I don't know why I keep mentioning this because maybe it's my first time doing this. So we will fix this, and yeah, I've already fixed it with Cloud Code. So PyTest, run it. Let's see what it says. I'm not optimistic, honestly. Yeah, still errors, but one failed, 42 passed, and test payload snapshots. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this again. So it's actually, much better than previously. So we have made a lot of progress. And again, it is I made sure to ask if it is, production code, or or god damn it. Okay, yeah, right here. Yep. So Control C and Control V. I know it is like, error, 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 prompt, prompt, prompt. It is what you have to do, honestly. Even though I have no clue what is going on. If I have to find out, I'm gonna have to spend hours like reading, understanding, going through Django documents and all of that. So if I have to, but I don't want to, and I don't want, and I'm lazy, so that's why I'm vibe coding. Let's see what we have here. So yeah, it is, coding, vibing, splunking. So context failed because sanitize put is only called inside log action. Okay. All right. Yes, auto accept. Okay, I think this should work now finally after. you know, a lot of tests, a lot of failures, and then we would move on to the next aspect of this. So yeah, it says it is done. I'm gonna PyTest again, and we should have 43 out of 43. Fingers crossed, hopefully. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Like, what you oh my god. Oh, oh goodness gracious, man. Oh, I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. I have no idea what oh god. Oh, okay. All right. I'm almost crying, honestly. I'm almost crying, but okay, we have like, all the tests is working. Ah, right? I think so. I don't know what this line is. Okay, missing statements, miss, cover, missing. I don't know what okay, so 91% models. What's that? What's the cover mean? I don't know what it means, man. I don't know what it means. Like, if I go to PyTest, right? Okay, you know what? For me to understand it, I don't have to explain it because it's much more technical than if I want to figure it out myself, I will. But okay, for now, I'm going to close this. Let me delete. Can I delete this? Can I delete fixed Postgres test data? Yeah, I want to delete this. All right, so delete that and fix missing account user table in migration, which was yeah. Okay, so let me copy this. I'll create a new. Um, this is for setup, but this is for my personal thing, but I need to know what new text document. Where is it? Text document. All right, and that is setup. Right. I'm going to paste this. Okay. Yep. 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 All right. All good. And then because I don't want to have to scroll up and do a lot of scrolling. And this also there's some things I just need to know how to do for my if I want to like okay, all right. Here, 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 yeah. Where were we in this place? All right, next steps, right? Okay, okay, right. Let me close this. Let me close this database, right? Let me close the connection. Let me refresh it actually. Let me refresh. Go to public. Okay, we still have accounts, parent, student relationship, account user groups, all of this, alt group, alt permissions. All right, okay, cool, 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 cool. Makes sense. We have no problem with that. Okay, so now fixed that, right? Fixed. Congratulations. I'm so happy. I will create a new. Let me delete this. Fix missing accounts. I'm going to go to session history, right? So I'm gonna yeah delete accounts. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine by me. Okay. So what? Oh crap! I forgot what I wanted to do. Actually, I did forget. So let me see. Before compact. Oh no! I want to show more. Wait, I can't scroll up anymore? Oh damn! Oh damn! All right. Fix missing account use. I want to close this also. So I can't scroll up. Oh damn! All right, no problem. That's no problem. I think the only thing I was missing for my personal use was the PI test, which is okay. That's I'm just gonna enter PI test. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. Then a new session. Finally, we are, moving on to a new session, right? We're moving on to the next phase of this, which is, oh God, system prompts, right? Okay. After the first part, we are now in the second one, addendum prompts. All right. Okay, so we're good. Let me go to my Claude. Let me let me prompt it first. And you remember God. I gave you to build the app for me. So I just want to make sure it remembers so that if it remembers or not. Okay, so it says it doesn't remember because the conversation was compacted. So the verbatim prompt isn't in the current context. That's right. That's fine. I'll just create a new one. And then because the context is already filled with my Postgres with the error that I got from my testing. So this is a new session in on the right hand side. Okay. And I just want to make sure it understands. Do you fully understand what is um what this code base is about and the let me see. Do you fully understand what this code base what this code base are and the necessary information to build on top of it in as you know as what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just gonna uh, okay, so while it is doing that, I also want to ask a question from this. So I'm gonna copy this prompt. This is the addendum prompt. Let me say I am using a new session to upload the addendum prompt. Um, so because I'm doing it in a new session, I just want to ask the original person that gave me the idea for the addendum prompt, right? Which is the session. So I'm using a new session to upload the addendum prompt. Would I need to specify it to Claude Code or I or Claude itself will read from the code base? Just how it works will do. Okay. I just want to know Okay, okay, so makes sense. So I'm going to go to Claude.md and change this. So let me, okay, so, okay, understood. So right now I will go to, okay, it does understand. All right. So you have, okay, makes sense, makes sense. Okay, yep, yep, yep. All right. So Claude.md, let me open my Claude.md. Where is it? Right here. So environment setup. Um, so let me just ask you. So after creating the Claude.md file, I just ask it to, I just ask the new session to build a new, um, to build a billing onboarding and gating features, or let me just see what it says. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I need to update the current state right now. So let me go to update. Um, what did he say? Update current state section in Claude.md. Let me just copy and paste this. Okay, no, let me not do this now. Let me not do this. I'm going to do this in the main one, in the main build Django REST, right? So I'm going to ask it to update the current state in the Claude.md, right? Okay. So while it's doing that, also in the Claude.md, I will, let me see. I need to paste this in, which is project overview. Copy this. That's all right. So this is not going to take time. Let me expand this. All right, fine. Okay, all right. So Claude.md project overview. So commands, current states, architecture. Okay, pagination. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's. I'll just add project overview, which project overview, the main prompt content, which was what it was built on. So let me go back up, scroll all the way up, copy this prompt, paste this in. right? And then the billing, onboarding, and feature gating, which is right. Where is it? Okay, right here. So copy prompts. Okay, right. And then all other things that follows. So I'm going to save this plot.md. That's fine. Go back to this and it says, okay, fine, fine, fine. Give me prompts for it to build the all feature getting session. Okay, so I wanted to give me prompt for it to build the all addendum prompt features in chunks. Use the prompt you generated. Let me just say I already have the prompt in my Claude.md. Um, generate the prompt as you as you know precise and very concise, as precise and concise with no room for guessing or hallucinating engineering um features. All right, so this is going to give me the prompt I'm going to use to prompt the thing, right? Okay, so subscription model, all of this. I'm going to copy and paste this and do it. If I do it on screen, should I do it on screen? Okay, I'll do it off screen, which is going to be better so that you guys. So I'm going to do it in different sessions. So I'm going to have seven, more than seven, so it is still going. Okay, all right. Registration endpoint and document and okay, so after session 10, the full addendum is built at the end of each session as Claude Code. Okay, so we're good to go. All I have to now do is prompt it to do all of this. So I'm going to start with this right now, and let's go to Claude Code. I'm going to delete this. Let me see. I'll close it out, and then new session. So the subscription model, right? Okay, we're good to go. So I'm gonna do all of this, and maybe I might run out of tokens or whatever. So yeah, again, I'm gonna do it off screen. Once it is done, once all the features are built, we're gonna go to live testing. Not live testing, but development testing of the API, everything, and see if it works. And then we'll probably go to building out the front end and all that. So um yeah, see you 1 second. See you in the next lesson, literally. So this should be the final lesson of this video where I bring everything together and show you guys what I've been able to do with Cloud Code. Again, this just to kind of summarize everything we've been doing. All we have been doing is going to um Claude AI. We're going to all we do is ask you some questions, try to implement the idea, try to discuss the idea, and then we ask you to generate a prompt that we should ask Cloud Code so that I can build out the feature for us. So I've done all of this. I think I underestimated about doing it live and showing you guys again, this is the final lesson, right? Is I underestimated how difficult it is to, actually sit down and, explain your thoughts while, you know, trying to guide someone through the process of vibe coding, which is basically an AI just generating code for you while you yourself are not doing anything. So I um I did all of the I did all of the prompting, all of the we stopped last at let me see because it's been like 2 3 days now. So I stopped last at trying to prompt Cloud Code about all of these features that I was doing, feature gating, platform super admin, Celery task, email task. And the thing is, you would realize that if you're trying to build something for yourself, is you probably don't know much about vibe coding or specific developmental or software engineering words or vocabulary. And all you have to just do is be able to chat with Claude AI so that it can guide you, read through it, and see if it's actually what you're trying to go for. Again, if you're not so let me just review it again. I did all of the configuring Cloudflare, review Claude code. It generated a lot of the code. As you can see, I now have an architecture.md, which I did by myself because Claude.md is basically like architecture.md, almost similar, like if you're actually looking at it, but different uses and different ways of looking at it. Architecture is more like how the architecture of the code is, like what goes to what goes to this, and the responses, the JSON, the structured format, and everything. So I prompted Claude Code to generate an architecture for me, and everything is basically working now. I did a lot of trial and error prompting. Again, this is just about like being able to find what you're looking for, debug the errors, carefully guide Claude Code about um, what your errors are, what you plan to do, and after all of that, I kind of okay. This is the latest one I was doing, right? So I went to Claude AI, right, and I posted the architecture.md, which is just basically the architecture, and I asked it to look at the file and address weaknesses that it can see that or that it can spot in my code or in the architecture. And then, listed all of these things. And I'm like, but I've not really finished building this thing out yet. So let me just show you the finished, not the finished product, but like an almost complete almost complete project. So I didn't mention it. I've not mentioned a lot of things in this lesson. And I'll try to do my best to cover everything because I went through a lot. I sat down in silence, silence and questioned my decision to do this. So we have a Docker Compose file and we have a Docker file here, right? So we want to test this in local development. I have Docker Desktop installed. So, you know, also this Docker file was generated by Claude Code. I prompted it. So let me show you guys the prompt that Claude.ai told me to paste so that you can. So again, this is the architecture documentation. This is the prompt I asked it to, generate. This was for Postman. This was for testing the API. I'm not going to do that yet. I'll get back to you on that. And where is the, oh, okay. Okay, yeah, this is the Docker Compose prompt that I pasted into Claude Code and generated it. Again, this is just me asking Claude Code for, general idea and prompts that I should use. Because most likely it's gonna generate a much more, um, very compact, concise prompt than me if I try to even, you know, I just give Claude AI a general idea of what I'm trying to build and it does the rest for me. So I'm gonna go out to VS Code. We are gonna look at Docker Compose, which is basically building out this thing. Again, if you don't know how this thing works, it's better to just chat it out with Claude or AI and see and let it explain to you what is happening, what it does, how this operates or whatever like that. And I think so. Once you have this Docker Compose, once you have it up, it will show you what to run if you have. Let me see if I have a. Maybe I deleted the session already. So let's scroll up. Okay, I think I deleted it already. That is the the session where I asked it to generate the Docker Compose, which is fine. Oh no, it's actually right here. Okay, so set up Docker Compose, local development, right? So once I've asked it to generate the Docker Compose so that I can test out the API, which is what this is basically. Once you have a good API, the front end is, you just kind of calling the API and visualizing your data. So I found that much more easier if I know what the backend is. If I know the backend is properly configured and it works. And I have gotten to a point where I think it works. So I just want to show you guys, like, all of this is not for nothing. So once you have created the Docker Compose file, you go to create your .env. So again, I've already done that. I did the env long time ago, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But this Docker Compose as is now test in the testing environment. So you have new like variables to add to it and all of that. So you know, just add it to. Let me close this. Do I need to? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so just add it to your just add the new variables that it has created to your env file, and that should be good to go. So, and then once you Docker Compose build your once you run this command which is Docker Compose up dash dash build dash d, you are then able to now run the Docker Compose container in your Docker desktop. Once you run it, you're able to see something like this, which is basically the name of the file that you have. Um, Again, the the way when you generate the Docker file, the Cloud Code will give you a set of instructions to run, and then set of command line or code to run, and then once you do that, you should have it up and running. If you have any error, just paste it back into Claude AI or Claude Code and ask it like, what does this mean? And then you can chat it, and then you can use that to guide you on how to configure Claude Code to fix the errors. And again, there's a lot of back and forth, talking to yourself, all of this. So I already built the Docker file so that I just test it off camera so that I know it works. So I'm gonna run. So that means right now it is running. So my CPU usage is this, whatever, and memory usage is this. Okay. So we are gonna. That means our container is live. That means I can test out my API on Postman, and also if you look at my Postman collection.json, right? I also have a Postman collection where I can test out the API of this. All I did was ask Cloud Code to generate a Postman collection or a Postman test API where I can test out all the what do you call it? All the endpoints or the URLs for this backend API. And it created both this file. I uploaded it to Postman, which I did with file, and then I clicked on import, which was basically imports the student files. And then you have a bunch of API endpoints here. You have obtain JWT token, you have refresh token, you have onboarding subjects, all of these things that the app is basically meant to do, and we have it here. So I'm going to obtain the JWT token again because I think again, this is just for the local database. So I'm going to obtain JWT token. Let me see the headers, the body, right? The headers, yeah, okay. So no, I'm going to refresh again. My bad. So refresh the token. I think it has expired. This was the last time I was testing it out. And yeah, we're going to send again. Okay, so yeah, that means it's good to go. So I'm going to paste this. I'm going to copy this, Control C, and paste it into my environment variables for, that is the refresh token. My environment variables for the, for Postman. So this, okay, this subdomain and domain, these are environment variables where I can access, and as you can see, it is actually active here, lolly dbms. And I'm going to paste on the access token, copy this environment, and paste it. Right. Okay, we're good to go. So now I should be able to, verify my JWT token. So in the body, like you can see right now, it is trying to access the token, which is from the environment, and the environment is lolly's dbms. So you can change the environment here to lolly's dbms. So if you are confused about where your environment is, look at right here, environment, click on it, and this is your environment right here. So you click on it, and this is your environment. Look at the variable names: token, refresh token, admin token. They are referenced depending on which environment is active. So as you can see, you can have multiple environments. Depending on which environment is active, you can then use the variables in those environments in your API. So now token is now referencing token from the environment variable. As you can see, it is in the environment. So let me put an environment again and load this DBMS, right? So look at this token. It is already what I already pasted the access token there. So I'm going to verify the token and see. When you verify the token, you're not meant to see anything. So you're just going to see, 200 OK, which means that your token is, yeah, your token is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And then we're going to list users in our domain. I've already created a bunch of, users. So I'll send, and yeah, it's okay. So we have 3: success, login, no, last login. So all of these things that I'm testing on the API, which makes it work, which makes it, and I'm testing it out before I'm able to kind of, you know, um, properly move forward with, other things that are not working. So again, I created the class, and then academic year label. So all of these things are actually working. So I'm going to create another class again. So I'm going to create Claude class, AI Claude class, and the grade level is infinity. So I'm just going to put like, grade level C2 or something like that. I don't know. C2, right? Okay, and the year ID is going to be year ID, and teacher ID is a teacher ID from the environment again. So again, I keep on referencing the environment because it's actually important for testing your API. So year ID is this, and the year ID is created in the academic year, which I already created already before. So again, I'm just create another academic year, which is 2025, 2026. Start date is 2025-09, and end date is 2026, right? So I'm going to create this right now. As you can see, when I created one, I created the previous one, which was 2026, 2027, right? This was the ID I pasted into my environment. So actually beware of that. So I'm not confused. Okay. So I'm going to create this now, send it to my backend, which is, again, this is just to show you how you need to be very intentional when you're trying to build with Claude Code. So from all of this, I'm able to test it out in local development so that I can, make sure everything is working. If I find any error, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to, access, copy the error, paste it into Claude AI, see what it is, go to my code base, see where the error is coming from, ask Claude Code to, verify and, check the prompt and all of this. So it's a lot of this, process of perfecting a code that's is not going to be perfect really, but, close to perfection, and so that it's at least safe for production environment. So again, we're still in development. We want to create an academic here. We send it. It's created, and this is an ID. So the ID is this. So if you want to, I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste the gear ID into right here. So that when we want to create a class, so okay, then let's list the academic years now, since I'm going to go to this, send it. So now we have 2 academic years, right? So we have 2026, 2027. We have 2025, 2026, which we just created right now. Look at it. And the time is 107. No, it's actually 207, but GWT, right? Greenwich, Greenwich Meridian Time, or GMT. So we have 2 classes, and we're going to create a class from the academic year. And the create class requires the year ID and requires teacher ID. I already created a teacher already. Let me see. I think I created a teacher already. I'm not really sure. Let me list the teachers first. Okay, I have not created a teacher assignment. I think I created a teacher. I'm not sure. Academic years. Okay. You want to create a teacher, which is basically just creating a user. Where is it? List users. Register school, BNN, platform admin. Okay. But what is it? I swear there's a create kind of user. Oh, register user. Sorry, my bad. Register user. So you can register a user or create a user for your particular school. Again, this is a multi-tenant API. So I've created a teacher already. I already copied this ID into the environment variables. So I think I'm in create classes, right? So I'm going to create a class where the teacher ID is also where the teacher that I created is also a teacher for this class also. So I'm going to send it, and it's saying grade level a valid integer is required. So you actually need an integer for this. So grade level 2, 3, SS3. I'm just going to put 10, grade level 10. So again, this is just testing the API against multiple variables to see that it responds properly, and even if it breaks down, you want to know that it breaks down so you can see what. And there we go. We have a functioning API for creating class. So you can test it out with different, rubbish data, wrong data, bad data, everything you can think of, and you'll probably get, error, or just make sure it is properly responding with proper API. If there's an error and it breaks down, or there's a timeout, then you can actually say there's a timeout for this class, create class, copy the API to Claude.ai, sorry, Claude Code, and then you figure out what is wrong, and be very intentional about being precise with your errors and say this is where the error comes from. Can you figure it out? Don't ask it not to edit the code first. Just ask it to um tell you what is wrong with it and why there's an error with this particular body or input data, and you just keep on iterating, and you probably will get a close to perfect API or app or product or whatever you're building with Cloud Code. So in that end, I'm gonna end it here because I actually have something I can build off of on my own, where I can just build the front end for the development, and then I can shift it to the back end and kind of see what I can, if I can sell this to anyone or anything like that. So this has been a long video. It's been a long days for me actually. So I'm actually proud I did this, even though it's not gonna, I don't know if anyone is going to watch to this. So this is part of the video, but yeah, That's it for this video. Honestly, if you'd like to see me actually do this in a very structured way, you know, maybe I build the app first and then I do the whole explanation first. I don't know. So that's it for this video. If you like it, enjoy it, and you're able to subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Sayonara, guys. Bye.